what then has been the most common disaster you've walked into on a WMS project, and what went wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I think, for a lot of folks, if you really haven't, worked in warehouses, or I've seen this a lot where you take the Microsoft sort of demo setups and things and you try to deploy them in a standard way. I mean, you're going to see symptoms like poorly designed pick paths, no slotting strategy, not any sort of definition of labor standards or the types of equipment that's being used and how they work together. What's the strategy for put away versus allocation, and how do those philosophies work in unison, over time to try to make sure we're putting things in the optimal place and then picking them where they sit. What's our weighting strategy? And is it based on the different order profiles? If you're not considered the places that we go into that are having problems, it's, try to one size fits all, try to make BMS sort of a standard process. And for most
Yeah.
folks, and especially now, and we're seeing for manufacturers and distributors, they're adding channels all the time, right? So whether it's big box retail, DSD, e-commerce, marketplaces like Amazon, whatever it is, all of those things are going to be different in terms of how those entities order SKU mixes and different things, which is going to result in different process. So and most times, folks want that warehouse to support all of the above. So which
Mhm.
requires some real strategic thinking about process and tooling.